Hello, dear friends, and welcome to our channel. Before we begin today's extraordinary journey, we just want to say thank you for being here. This video is not just another history piece. It's a tribute to the silent, loyal, unsung companions who stood beside soldiers in the darkest hours of war. If this kind of storytelling speaks to you, where history meets emotion, where pictures come alive, and forgotten heroes get the spotlight they deserve, please consider subscribing. It helps us keep these stories alive. It helps us go deeper, and it brings more voices from the past into today's light. Now let's begin. In the roaring silence of battlefield mornings, as the fog of war creeped through ruined towns and across muddy trenches, not every soldier wore boots. Some galloped, some barked, some flew through enemy fire with messages tied to their legs, and some simply stood still, calm amid chaos, a comforting presence when the world was falling apart. Throughout history, animals have been humanity's companions in conflict, not by choice but through trust. From ancient empires to the global wars of the 20th century, they carried supplies, delivered hope, protected lives, and gave soldiers something that weapons never could: a sense of home. Let's begin with the most faithful of all: dogs. In the trenches of World War I, dogs served as messengers, scouts, guards, and morale boosters. They were trained to carry supplies across deadly terrain, deliver life-saving messages through enemy lines, and alert their units to incoming gas attacks or snipers. Take Rip, a stray terrier found in the ruins of the Blitz in London. He was adopted by an air raid warden and quickly became a natural search and rescue dog. Without any formal training, Rip helped locate over 100 buried victims during air raids. For his service, he was awarded the Dickon Medal, often referred to as the Animal's Victoria Cross. In North Africa, medics used dogs to locate wounded soldiers in the desert. These dogs braved shellfire and heat, tracking the scent of fear and blood through miles of dust and danger. And who could forget Chips, the German Shepherd Collie Husky mix who served in World War II with American forces? In 1943, during the invasion of Sicily, Chips broke away from his handler and attacked a machine gun nest, forcing 4 enemy soldiers to surrender. He was wounded in the process, but survived, a furry soldier, a legend. Before the digital age, before radio was reliable on the front, pigeons were some of the most vital communicators in war. Homers, or carrier pigeons, flew through gunfire, smoke, and deadly skies to deliver messages that could turn the tide of battle. These birds were incredibly fast, often reaching speeds of over 50 miles per hour, and their natural homing instinct made them the perfect messengers. One such hero was Cher Ami, a pigeon with the U.S. Army Signal Corps in World War I. In 1918, during the Battle of the Argonne, nearly 200 men were trapped behind enemy lines. Under heavy fire and running out of supplies, they released Cher Ami with a desperate note tied to her leg. She flew 25 miles in 25 minutes, severely injured by gunfire, but delivered the message, saving the lives of the lost battalion. Cher Ami was awarded the Croix de Guerre for bravery and is remembered with deep reverence to this day. For centuries, horses have pulled the weight of war. They've carried knights and cannons, pulled ambulances and artillery, and suffered alongside soldiers. In World War I alone, it's estimated that over 8 million horses, donkeys, and mules died. They endured the same horrors: cold, starvation, poison gas, and yet never flinched in their duty. The British Army relied heavily on mules to transport ammunition and food through the thick mud of Flanders. These creatures, known for their endurance and sure-footedness, saved countless lives by keeping frontline troops supplied. Soldiers grew attached. Many wrote letters home about their favorite mule, or the donkey that made them laugh, or the horse that died saving their lives. Some even held funerals for them. One particularly touching story is that of G.I. Jenny, a young burro adopted by American soldiers in North Africa. She became their mascot, their stress relief, and their friend. Brushed and fed by hand, Jenny stood as a reminder that gentleness could still exist, even in war. While less publicized, cats also served during the wars, mostly as shipmates on naval vessels or in barracks. Their job was practical. They kept rat populations under control, protecting precious food supplies and cables. But more than that, they brought comfort. Sailors would often adopt a ship cat who would wander freely around decks and living quarters. When the seas got rough or the guns went silent for a moment too long, the purr of a nearby cat reminded men of their homes, their children, their wives. In some cases, cats were awarded honorary ranks, wore tiny uniforms, and were buried with military honors. It may sound quaint, but for those who survived the war, it was anything but. And then there were the unexpected companions, animals that didn't serve tactical purposes, but helped in another way, lifting spirits. Wojtek, the Syrian brown bear, was adopted by Polish soldiers during World War II. They raised him from a cub, and in time he learned to drink beer, eat cigarettes, and even salute. But he wasn't just a mascot. He helped carry artillery shells during the Battle of Monte Cassino. Wojtek became a symbol of Polish bravery, and after the war, he lived peacefully in a zoo in Scotland. Other units had monkeys, parrots, goats, or even foxes. Each a story, a heartbeat, a reminder that humanity still lived, even when the world was at war. More than 1 billion animals served in human wars, and most never came home. They didn't choose the battlefield. They didn't understand the politics, but they gave everything, simply because they trusted the humans beside them. That trust, silent, powerful, unwavering, makes them more than animals. It makes them comrades. In London's Hyde Park, a memorial stands. It reads, "They had no choice." 4 words, a world of meaning. Thank you for watching. As we bring this story to a close, we hope the images you saw and the stories you heard stirred something in you. These are not just animal tales. These are real stories of courage, loyalty, suffering, and love, in the most brutal conditions imaginable. If you believe these stories should be remembered, if you think honor belongs not only to generals, but to donkeys, dogs, and pigeons, please like this video, share it, and subscribe for more cinematic tributes like this. We're committed to telling history's forgotten stories, one frame at a time. Until next time, take care, and never forget the animals who walked into war, because we asked them to. The past is not forgotten. It lives again through these stories, these images, and these voices. Thank you for joining us in History Gets Alive. Until next time, keep remembering, keep reflecting, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.